Hey everyone, Effie here. I made today's video to celebrate my dear friend Laura's wonderful, amazing milestone of reaching 10,000 YouTube subscribers. So be sure to hop along all the other videos because there are some fantastic giveaways. So let's get started with making this fun pineapple card. I started off by inking up our 6x6 Haute Stripes stamp with our Noir Dye Ink. It's a crisp black ink, and I'm just taking an A2 size cardstock panel and I'm just going to lay it face down and put some even pressure behind it under a piece of scratch paper so I don't get my hands all inky. After I finish inking up that stamp, I'm going to take our tribal chic borders and I'm just going to place two of the borders onto a long acrylic block, and I'm going to just stamp it evenly in the white areas on my striped panel. After I finished with my repeat stamping, I just took this other border from our Tribal Chic borders and I actually stamped this, or rather heat embossed this, onto the black stripes on my panel. So before I went ahead and heat embossed, I did prep my card panel with some anti-static powder tool. So now I'm just going to ink up that the border, not the stripe. I'm just going to ink up the border with some Versamark ink, and I'm just going to stamp it along each of the black stripes on my panel. So I stretched my stamps for today's card. I turned my stripe stamp into basically an additional border stamp by combining it with our Tribal Chic borders. So after I finish inking everything up with my Versamark ink, I'm just going to pour on my white embossing powder and I'm going to tap off the excess and just hit it with my heat gun to melt all of that embossing powder, and you're just going to get this really cool white design within that solid striped area. Next, I'm going to take the outline image of our pineapple from our Stand Tall mini set, and I'm going to ink it up with our Noir Dye Ink again and just stamp it twice on a separate piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to take the solid pineapple and I'm going to emboss that with some gold glitter embossing powder. Next, I'm going to color in our pineapples with some zig markers. I'm starting off by coloring in the entire body of the pineapple with number 51 lemon yellow, and then I'm going to add some shading with a number 52 bright yellow. This is my darkest yellow tone that I'll be using for our pineapples, and I apologize for the blurring that's going on with this first pineapple. There's a little less blur with the second pineapple, which you're going to see me color in a second. After I added the darkest shading with the number 52, I'm going to go in with my mid-tone yellow, which is the number 50, and I'm just going to try to blend that bright yellow into the lemon yellow. My bright lemon yellow kind of took on a bit more of a greenish tinge to it due to the settings on my camcorder, and you're going to see this with the yellow sequins that I use at the end of the video. They're going to look slightly green, but in real life they do look like a bright yellow, both the lemon yellow and the yellow sequins that I use later. So next I'm going to color in the crown of my pineapple with a number 41 light green zig marker, and I'm just going to color in both the pineapples at the same time. Next I'm going to add some shading with a number 48 emerald green, and the shading is going to go at the base of the crown. And after the emerald green, I'm going to add some darker shading to add some more depth with a number 44 deep green, and I'm just going to go in some light feathering flicks so that it looks a bit more natural. Once I finish coloring, I just fussy cut the 3 pineapples with my scissors. I created a pineapple card for Laura's hop today because I know she loves pineapples and I wanted to celebrate that unique and adorable style that she has. Next, I created a stitched circle using our double stitched round dies. I just used the 3rd smallest die in the set, and then I took our double stitch rectangle dies, the first 2 largest dies in the set, and I actually die cut our background panel. By using the 2 largest rectangle dies, I created a border with my background panel. What I'm going to do later on is I'm going to pop up that border onto my card base, and that middle panel is going to lay flush against the base. So there's going to be a lot of dimension on this card. Now I'm going to take the 3 borders that I use from our Tribal Chic borders, and I'm going to line them all up on my acrylic block, and I'm going to do some repeated stamping on that stitch circle die cut that I cut out earlier. And this is going to be heat embossed with some white embossing powder, so there's going to be a subtle background. And this embossed die cut is going to serve as my sentiment panel. So now I'm just going to cut up some foam tape. I have about, I think this is a 1/2 inch foam tape, and I just cut it in half so that it will fit behind my border. And this is going to be popped up on an A2 side folding card base. Then I'm going to take that middle panel and just adhere it right onto the card base. And now you have the dimension where that border is raised against that middle panel. Next, I'm going to put together my 3 pineapples, and I'm going to glue them all together. And once I'm happy with the arrangement of the pineapples, I'm going to adhere that down onto my round stitched panel. Then I'm going to take the congratulations sentiment from our basic label set and stamp it separately with our Noir Dye Ink, and then I'm going to fussy cut it out, and this is going to be popped up right over our pineapples. After this, my sentiment panel is basically finished, so I'm just going to apply some more foam tape behind my circle die, and I'm just going to adhere it right in the middle of that background panel. And to finish off the card, I'm adding some sequins. I'm using lemon chiffon and key lime in several sizes. So thanks for stopping by and hopping along Laura's 10,000 YouTube subscriber video hop. So head on over to the next video, which is Dawn Holzlegel from W+9, and make sure to leave comments everywhere to enter in all of the fabulous giveaways. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.